Evening, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Labyrinth of Touhou. Where we last left off, we finished up floor 19. We've fixed all the sigils, and now we can go through floor 20. We explored a little bit of floor 20 and showed off a few of the encounters, and then I called it quits. And I went ahead and off-screened a bunch of grinding. I was able to consistently fight the majority of them without issue. Thankfully, because Iku is awesome and her buff makes it a lot easier to like two-shot some of these guys. And it's very important that you one or two-shot these guys as much as possible, because they will mess you up if you let them run wild. I also got a bunch of fancy little drops, which I'll show off. Some of the drops that you get from floor 20 are only dropped from those monsters, so it is a good idea to farm there, just so you can get all the first 100 items. Let's see. Not here. Not there. Not there. Alright, Divine Spirit Barrier. I think I got that from the purple demon guy. I can tell you that I'll tell you who it is once I see him again. Let me go ahead and write it down just so I don't forget. Alright. It gives plus 88 defense in mind, or 88% defense in mind, and plus 6% recovery. It's a very good tanking item, so I gave it to Reimu, because really she was the only one person that needed it. Let's see, nothing here. Okay, Armods. Armods I got from, I think it was someone you guys haven't seen yet. It's a lightning, it looks like one of the dwarf guys, but he's like an electric guy. Armods gives plus 50% attack, plus 12 stamina, plus 144 wind affinity, and plus 36 paralyze resistance. So pretty much it replaces a paralyze ring rather effectively. So Suwaku will never get paralyzed with 56 paralyze resistance. Alright, anything here? Oh, Dew Prism. No, we already seen the Dew Prism. Clave of Pain, nope. Gold Cloth, nope. Ah, here it is. The Flower Blade, Kikuryose. I think I pronounced that correctly. Alright, anyway, the Flower Blade is plus 72% attack, defense, mind, and speed. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty awesome stuff. The thing about the drop rates for the rare items is they're 5% for only if you don't have it. If you do get it though, the drop rate drops to 1.5%. So it's kind of hard to get these items. But since you farm here a lot, you might get lucky and get a few things. One other thing I did get was not here. An Elder's Dragon Jewel, and that was just from one of those eyeball guys that comes with the Norns or whatever. Sorry, my frame rate's going a little wonky again. Alright. Let's go ahead and head to floor 20 real quick. And let me fix this frame rate thing. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Also, I went ahead and let my friend know I'm recording. So sorry about the MSNs, as always. Alright, as you can see, we already explored at least this part. The only direction we have here is left, and these we can't do anything with until after we beat the boss. Oh, I didn't really say what level I'm at. The goal was 140, and I hit 141. The required level for the last boss, or for the main story boss, is 130 plus. Once you start seeing the later bosses on the wiki, and it starts saying, like, you know, doesn't give a range, it just says this number and plus, it can be kind of a wide range. My group is pretty strong, but not the most optimal team, you could say, so I went ahead and leveled a little extra, just in case. So, I mean, I was 110 when I tried to fight the or 108 when I tried to fight the first Blood Seal boss, which is 110 plus, and it slaughtered me. So I'm hoping I can at least endure a little bit more. Other than that, I won't really show all the stuff I did for skill points yet. I'll do that before the main story boss. So for right now, let's just explore, and I'll show off some more of those random encounters. Speaking of, okay, Executioner. This is what dropped the Flower Blade. Mostly it's not too bad. You can easily kill it. It's actually paralyze it with Suwaku, if you so choose. Other than that, nothing really to worry about. I usually go ahead and do Great Hakurei Barrier just in case, if I don't get the paralyze off. And I just, you know, standard buff stuff. This particular monster isn't too difficult. It does mostly physical attacks, and it does have a move that pierces defense, but I have more than enough hit points to absorb it. And I cast the wrong spell, sorry about that. Oh well, I'll just use that. I kinda use Romelia just to do extra damage, you know, I don't buffer, I just, you know, pelt the monsters for like, you know, 40 to 50k over and over again. She's very fast, so she's pretty good at that. Switch you back. I always stick with the standard tank formation just in case, because there are a few monsters I prefer to be in tank formation for. Alright, found a treasure box. 168,000 skill points. Awesome, I can use that. Okay, this is the guy that dropped the Divine Spirit Barrier or whatever. It is resistant to Mystic, resistant to Fire, and vulnerable to Spirit and Ice, or Cold, or whatever you wish to call it. He also has the ability to summon one of those gold demons from the previous floor. So it's a good idea to be careful. Also, you can spam that lightning spell, the single target lightning spell, 6 times. He also has a few AoEs that are mystic based, and they can do status effects like silence and, and poison and stuff like that. Alright, what was I gonna do? Oh, that's right. Since it's vulnerable to spirit, I go ahead and use Komachi for the first round. Do Scythe that chooses the dead, which is spirit based, do over 200,000 damage, and then swap in Kaguya. It's gonna do magical hellfire and silencer. Okay, that's a little annoying, but I can live with that. If you happen to have a very good cold attacker, you can use that instead, but really I don't have any single target cold spells that are good. There is only one good single target cold spell in the game, and it's not going to be available until after the main story. Okay, let's remove that silence. There we go. And go ahead and do Horai Barrage, which is spirit based as well. Yeah, and it pierces defenses and all that good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and swap you out again. Sorry, I'm going to end up doing a lot of swapping in and out between each fight, simply because it's safer. Okay, good, I'm finding the dead ends. The only annoying part about grinding was I didn't have the checkpoint yet, so I had to go through 2 floors just to get back to where I was. Anyway, these are the Norns. I believe the Norns have a chance of dropping ribbons, and these Truth-Seeing Eyes are what I got the recovery item from, the Dragon Jewel, or whatever it was called. Anyway, I usually pelt Norns with Romelia. The key thing I focus on is trying to get rid of those 2 minions first. As mentioned before, the Norns are very similar to that mini-boss that we fought back on floor 15, or, yeah. I think it was 15. Maybe it was 14. Yeah, I believe it was 14. Anyway, but it doesn't cycle any particular pattern. It just picks a particular doll type and goes with it. It can't heal itself. It heals for around 180 to 200,000 hit points. So if you're not strong enough to kill this thing fast, you're not going to be killing it anytime soon. But most of these magical attacks aren't a big deal. Iku takes 0 damage from it. The only thing I have trouble with is sometimes the Norns would be a physical attacker, and then will immediately attack the back row and and one-shot them. Also, they do that, where they silence my back row. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to waste a turn. It's kind of risky because all those casters are out there still. If I hadn't gotten silence, I would have been able to kill kill the 2 minions immediately, but no luck that time. All 3 of them are vulnerable to the minions, and the Norns are vulnerable to nature. So if you want to use any particular element, nature tends to work a bit better. Stop hitting. Now this is gonna be ugly. An AoE might Flashing Cherry Blossom, which is nature-based. I'm also double buffed now, so I can do a lot more damage. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get some real gun here. Should be almost dead. And then I go ahead and swap in Swaku. Swaku can take a few hits now, so it's not too big of a deal to get hit by its spells. Thundercloud Sickleback, which will never paralyze her again. And then Croaking Frog, which is nature-based. So there you go. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. There we go. And, okay. Let's go ahead and swap, back Reimu. There's still a couple of foes we haven't fought yet, or I haven't showed you yet. I fought them myself, but get over here first. Not this one, man. I guess they don't really want me to show you guys anything new. Mockery Barrier. If it does happen to summon like a minion, it's not really a big deal. Just kill the purple, then kill the gold. The thing I do kind of worry about is running out of SP on Iku, but whatever. If I have to, I can run away from a fight or take a fight slower if I so choose. There's only a few that I don't want to run long, because if they run long, I end up dying. There was actually one fight where I almost died and I had to run away. Thankfully, you can run away automatically in any of these fights. Anyway, focus, recover some stuff, and taken care of. Kaguya is a little slow since she's a caster. She actually is my slowest character now, which kind of messes with my turn order for when I swap people in and out and do Iku's buff. But it's not too big of a deal because Kaguya can take hits as long as it's magic. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. All right. I'm not sure which way. Okay, these guys again. Same deal. At this point, I'm not going to even worry about buffing. I'm going to go ahead and just swap immediately to someone. I'll do Yuki. And what I'm going to do is use this opportunity to let Iku recover some SP. Okay, 3 steps. Fire seems to work okay on these guys, it's nothing too serious. Mystic does pretty good, other than that. Take your poison, I guess. Oops, I thought it was a different person's turn. Okay. The hit points, it kind of varies. If it's like a really high defense guy, it's probably around 200,000. Otherwise, it's probably over 300,000, unless it's one of those pita grain knockoffs. In that case, you're probably thinking even higher than that. So if you're good at HP counting, it's a lot easier to keep track of how you're doing on these guys. Okay, these guys again. Sheesh, no. I was getting the other guys like all the time while I was grinding off screen. I will say, compared to my last group relied heavily on Swaku paralyzing, which is not really something you want to rely on. But, whoa, instant death. I forgot about that. Yeah, this thing can do instant death attacks as well. It has 2 of them. Looks like I'm gonna have to head back to get Iku back. That's a little annoying, but at least I get to level up, I guess. Okay. When we come back, I'll be over here, and we'll continue onwards. So be right back, guys. Hey everyone, I happened to run into a counter with a new one of the monsters I didn't get to show off, so I went ahead and started recording now. So, this is a Blue Comet's SBT Ancient Soldier. The gimmick with this guy is he's fast, and he hits hard. he hits very hard. It's all physical base, I believe. And the key part, though, is every time he takes an action, his speed increases by 200, I believe. And it stacks. So it's very easy for him to, and some of his attacks have little to no delay, or very low delay. So it's very easy for this thing to just speed past you and just shred your entire group. I would like to show his moves, but if I let him have an action, I don't know what will happen. So what I tend to do, the key part is if you can kill this thing in a round before it can take an action, do it. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with this to get some damage in, and I'm going to swap, instead of buffing, I'm going to switch immediately to Yugi. This monster has a weakness to fire, and I'm pretty good specializing using fire. So before I had enough level ups, or before I learned this little trick, or at least this pattern that works well, I was buffing and taking one hit from this thing, and then hitting with Yugi's fire attack, followed by Alice's fire attack. But now I don't even need to do that, because knockout in 3 steps. Buff does 351,000 damage to it, so kills it immediately. I think it has around 350,000 HP now. So I might not even have to use Remelia's attacks anymore. But anyway, might as well just walk the rest of the way, just in case we get any more encounters. It does have some sort of drop, but I don't remember what it is. Okay, this is Diamond Knight. Alright, Diamond Knight has only 200,000 HP, but it has pretty decent defense. Nothing too serious though. Any heavy hitter will be able to damage it decently. But he's also a very heavy hitter. He has a move called Scourge. Scourge is 100% piercing, and so your defenses don't do anything. It's non-elemental, so there's no way to resist it. And it does over 180,000 damage, so it's going to one-shot somebody. It also knows some other moves, some various slashes and stuff that do pretty high damage as well. But the main thing is Scourge. If you use a Scourge, you're losing a party member, unless you're over-leveled. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and hit this thing. I do know how to kill this in one round before it takes an action, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to swap in Yomu, and Kamachi, and Thunderclouds to go back. What I end up doing is doing Slash of Eternity, which does pretty good damage. A lot of better damage now. And do Slash to the Tears of the Dead, which doesn't do as good damage, but it's enough to kill it. Before I wasn't able to kill it, I would have to follow up with Remelia's attack again, and that's usually what would kill it. So, granted, this might not work for some people's parties. This is just something I have to do with my party. I think originally I had to rely heavily on just luck and try not to lose a guy. I mean, I'm able to kill it. It's just whether or not it gets Scourge off first. Not sure what direction to go. Speaking of, here we go. Also, this thing does have a drop. It's funny enough, the item it drops is called Scourge, but I haven't gotten it yet. I don't think. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. There we go. Bad news is if we encounter a third one, I'm gonna have to change my tactics because I'm out of SP again. Thankfully, a lot of these encounters I use kind of different people for each of them, so it gives my party members chances to recover SP. With the only exceptions being, of course, Remelia and Iku, in which case I have to kind of recover in the easier fights. Oh, come on. Alright, this might be a dead end. It is not a dead end. But I did find treasure. Alright, one of these guys again. Same deal. Hope for non-instant death again, because that's annoying. But that is a good thing to note. I don't want to get instant death, so, so I'm gonna use, that's right, Kamachi. If it happens again, I'll just equip a Hades ring or something. I'm gonna need some instant death resistance anyway for the last boss. able to silence and get instant death, so it is pretty nasty. It didn't kill anyone, but it did silence Kaguya. So let's go ahead and remove the silence. And just kill this thing. Alright, let me look at, oh yeah, treasure. 124,000 skill points, that's nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at our equipment. Poison resist. I'm almost better off getting the Holy Wind. 10% recovery. Alright, we'll go ahead and equip the instant death resistance right now. What do I have right now? 10. I don't think there's anything else that gives instant death resistance. There's one drop we still haven't gotten. 2 drops we haven't gotten yet. I don't know what the other one is. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that gives instant death resistance. I don't think anything gives more than 20 right now. So we're just gonna have to take it. There. Lost a little bit of mine, but that's alright. Information. Swap mute. So, does that mean this is all a dead end? Oh. Maybe. Oh, you again. Let's kill you. I used to, I kind of noticed when I was buffing with Reimu in this fight that it was putting me just short of actually attacking before it did with Yugi, so that's why I don't buff anymore for this fight. I just, you know, do sickle back and one-shot this thing now. The level ups did help out a lot at this point in the game. I also was, you know, getting, you know, skill ups and stuff like that. Treasure chest? Get it up 5 again. We have a few of those now. Later on it becomes like a normal drop. Okay, I think we're actually going the right direction. Oh, here we go. This is the guy that dropped our mods. That plus attack and all that stuff that I gave to Suwaku. His name is Raijin's Expenditure. He's wind-based. He does a lot of lightning attacks. He's vulnerable to nature, and for some reason I have Yugi out. That's kind of my bad. Oh well. I'll just hit it with whatever. I usually buff with Reimu in this fight, but I guess I'm not going to be doing that this time. This thing can do Heaven's Lightning. It can, unlike the other guys, this Raijin's Expenditure can only do that for a single target lightning spell twice in succession. So usually I'll just do a lightning bolt and then a different attack like a slash or that AoE lightning it just did. So let's go ahead and do Croaking Frog. It's weak against nature. 230,000. Pretty much 2 of these shots from Suwaku can kill it. So that's what I usually do. Focus. So instead of bothering with other characters, I just swap. I do a double swap with my 2 tanks, so I can get Suwaku out again and just do it again. So there we go, dead. Alright, let's get my healer out again. Sorry. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, connected. Awesome. Sometimes things just, you know, work out. Alright. This guy again. Hopefully we won't get instant death anymore. But at 30, it's always borderline. I actually got silenced. Mailing got silenced in, a couple of times in some of these fights. And Mailing has 32 silence resistance, so I don't know why I was triggering. But not much we can do about it. So the goal of this video is to try to get to the last boss. There is a checkpoint right before the last boss, so I want to try to get to there, and then then we devote the final boss to a one video. Oh, come on. Seriously? Instant death? Alright. I'm just gonna probably keep going and just paralyze. Bad luck all over the place. Alright. I'll probably just keep going with what we got, just so I can reveal more of the map. It's not too big of a deal. I just have to use Komachi more for that particular fight. Because I was only using Kaguya for spirit damage. I did use her a few times in the Norn fight, just to do nature damage, because she does have a nature attack. But it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, you again. Now go ahead and nuke you. This time with my proper formation, so go ahead and buff. I think his attacks have a lot of piercing in it, so the buff might not be as useful as I think it is. Yeah, so you can do it twice, and then that's it. It's a lot better than the 6 times that the other guys do it. Croaking Frog. Who has a lot of stamina? You do. You probably notice I'm not using Romeo too much. It's just kind of how it is. There's not very many things that take a lot of mystic damage, unfortunately. And Suwako kind of fills that role at the moment with her Iron Ring. But don't worry, I'll get a use out of her. I do use Aya sometimes, usually in that fight with all the giant pita grains or whatever. Because she does wind damage, and she does a lot of wind damage. She does like 80k to those pita grains, so she can 2-shot them, so it's some good stuff. Alright. We got some areas we haven't explored yet, so that's okay. There. Got about 8 more fights in me. Diamond Knights again. Supposedly, if you are using Yuyuko, the ghost lady, her attack is actually her most powerful instant death attack actually has like about around 10% chance of instant killing any of these monsters. It's not really something to rely on, but it's kind of fun, amusing to do. So I mean, it's practically like an instant shot, and you just got yourself some free XP. Of course, you have to use like the most powerful attack to do it, though. Alright, we're at the main room. Okay, just for the sake of, I want to go down here real quick. Checkpoint. We'll reveal the rest of this later. I just want to get back to those little paths and take care of that. Oh, speaking of pita grains, let's wow, I'm like completely out of formation right now. But that's okay. I'll do I'm not really too worried about the 2 minions. Most of my focus is just trying to kill the main guy, because quite frankly, it's really all I have to worry about. But since I have Komachi out by accident, I'll go ahead and do Narrow Confines. Unlike the 2 minions, the Exagrain is actually resistant to wind and resistant to nature, but vulnerable to cold. And I guess it takes okay damage from fire. So if I do Frog Embrace Elements, it does pretty good damage to hold. But if I did a nature-based attack, it would do a lot of damage to the 2 blue ones, but not the orange. Anyway, we gotta get to just gun here these guys. Swap in you. Confines. Okay, 3 steps. 147,000. Yeah, it does pretty good damage. Can I kill it in time? I can survive his attack. It's not too big of a deal. It's just kind of annoying. unbuffed. Sorry. Alright, let's swap and Rainbow again. I only got a few more encounters in me, but let's see if we can get to the path. It's going to be a little bit of backtracking, but might as well show it. I think I've shown off all the monsters at least. And I keep forgetting to swap Komachi out, but conveniently enough, that's who I use in this fight, so it works out. Looks like she's dead. Now Komachi's practically out of SP. Whoa, still alive. Spirit again. There we go. No drop. Oh well. I'm gonna end up farming here for a while, especially for the prepare for the extra content. So I'll eventually get all the items. And the 100th item can only be gotten from a special event. So we'll show that off as well. Also, I think this area has its own battle music if you teleport directly to it. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, we'll just swap you out for a blank slot. I'll save some stamina focus. Pretty much, if I actually survive all the combats without any issue, when I head back is when Iku runs out of stamina. Iku's kind of the cornerstone here that keeps everything up. Alright, looks like we got everything. There are some paths to the right. What I'm going to go ahead and do, since I'm already at 1 TP for Iku, I'm going to go ahead and head back, recover, level up, spend skill points, and when we come back, I'll be at the checkpoint, and we'll go ahead and finish exploring this big room and some of the side paths. So, be right back, everyone. And we're back. Let's see what we got. Okay, can't do anything there. That little path in the middle there leads to the boss. I'll deal with that later. Should be a path over here somewhere. Okay. So, okay. There's actually going to be a teleporter there and there after we fight the last boss. Frick. Oh, we got me new music. I don't know if the plus text music have anything to do with this floor. I'll check later. Anyway. You. Awesome, Yoma's fast enough finally. So Yoma got an action before the Norns did. So I don't have to worry about getting silenced all the freaking time. The Norns are very, very fast, by the way. Since they cycle through some of their... they're actually kind of like 3 people at once. definitely use the ribbon that these guys drop, but I haven't had any luck with that. So then I can just give it to Iku and never have to worry about it again. Oh, cool. Didn't have to use Yoma at all. And, okay, we got one more spot. Okay, cool. If your game is bugged, this little nook here wouldn't be there. There's actually going to be stairs there that's going to lead to the floor 21 after you beat the main story boss. Originally on my version 3.01 of this game, the stairs would appear, but this nook wouldn't be here. So just stairs would appear, but it would be completely enclosed by walls. So it was very annoying. Anyway, there's the last boss. Alright, so that's everything. I'm gonna go ahead and make the last boss a separate video. I'm not sure how well it'll do. I got good feelings about this group, especially since I'm a level. I definitely got a bunch more levels, and my strengths have been fleshed out a bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of research to make sure I got everything about this last boss correct, and we'll have a good old time fighting the last boss. Alright, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Labyrinth of Touhou. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon.